What up everybody, how's it going? Matt Sweets here in the studio with another unboxing for you. Today we have one that is beautiful, it's amazing, and it's for a really awesome dude on the pro team. That's right, we have the George Marshall 1.5. The George Marshall 1.5. So we took the original George Marshall Pro model and we zested it up. We gave it a new flavor, we gave it some new feelings, and George had some new things that he wanted to do to his old Dama. So here we are with the newest George Marshall 1.5. George has just been killing it lately with all his kendama editing, just his editing in general. He's gone deep into the world of video editing, and his style has changed in the last 2 years since we made this original kendama, and so he wanted to give it some new flavors. So the first thing you'll notice is the Tama color. The old Tama color was very vibrant with yellows and reds and blues, and that was very much based on what George loved and wore at the time. He was all about the primary colors, and now in his life today, he said he has cooled out his style a little bit. It's not as many bright, vibrant colors. It's more pastels, more blues and pinks and purples. And so he wanted that to be representative of his new Dama. So same cool design that we know and love, the wavy pattern, which is unlike most Damas because we always have the straight lines on Kendamas for tracking, but this one is super unique, and I love the squiggly lines. So we have the seafoam, the light blue, we have purples and pinks all with the white. I think it's just, it's super clean, and what a nice summery spring type color. Super dope vibe. So the other thing we'll notice as we go down the the cups now have nothing in them. Along with the backside, George has wiped all of the engravings off because they don't mean as much to him as they did before. He had an airplane for flying, and he had a camera for photography. He had SWKT showing off his old homies, but all those things have run their course. He doesn't do film as much. He doesn't film camera stuff. He likes editing more, you know? He doesn't travel the world as much anymore. And SWKT has a huge place in his heart, but it has not got a place on this Dama this time. So he went super, super clean. And one last thing, two last things that George did to this Dama to make it different. You'll notice there are 8 squiggly lines now on the Dama. Before he had 6, so he's representing the 8 years of Dama play with the lines on the Ken, which I think is great, and it feels so cool when you're playing with it. And the last thing is the seal. That seal is actually supposed to resemble the colors of the first marble Asuru Dama he got from Sweets in 2013 or so. So that was really cool to me because those beginning Asurus were some of like the oldest Damas we made, and it was really when we were starting to pick up on the custom painting. So to me, this Dama has some cool meaning as well with that little seal. I'm pretty good at telling the story, but I think George might have the details just a little bit better. Let's see what George has to say about his new Dama.
Hey yo, what's up? George here. Wish I could be in the studio with Sweets, but here we are in my apartment. I'm sure he's doing a great job explaining it so far, but I'm gonna run you through kind of my thoughts behind the whole design. First of all, the colors. Simple stories, I thought they looked cool. The first one, this guy right here, was heavily inspired just by my personal taste at the time. I was wearing a lot of primary colors. I had Vans that were literally these exact colors, red, green, blue, yellow. And then as time went on and my personal taste kind of changed, I was like, oh, how about these? I got a purple backpack, my phone case is purple, my favorite jeans were light wash, my hair is pink. I just kind of like what I like right now, and yeah, I thought it looked cool. I like the idea that people, I've heard it described so many different ways. People say sunset, sunrise, ocean. I heard lollipop today, just like pastel in general, and I love that people kind of interpret it in different ways. I just want to make a cool Dama. As far as the engravings, the only like big difference is there's 8 of these wavy lines instead of 6, like the first one. It's because I've been playing for about 8.5 years at this point, whereas the first one I was only playing 6 years. So kind of just switch that up. And I took out the camera, I took out the airplane, and I also took out, I had SWKT right here. Those just kind of come from, it was COVID, I wasn't traveling as much, so the airplane just didn't feel quite right for the times. And also with the camera, like I've kind of like transitioned into loving the post-production side of videos a lot more. I still have a big camera collection, I still love cameras. but I think I'm just more into like the computer side of things. So I was like, I don't really consider myself like a camera guy anymore. So I took that off. And then SWKT, I love my boys, Southwest Kendama team. That's who we found Kendama together in high school. Still love them, they still play all the time, we still talk all the time, but I took everything else off, so I wanted to keep it simple, so I took that off. Base cup hole, no QR code anymore. I know people will love that, got better balance with that. Yeah, and then the seal, same colors, same design. The background of the seal is actually kind of inspired by my first kendama, which was a marble sweets, a suru, which is a paint they did back in 2013. I had the marble design, so kind of an ode to show that I've been sweets literally since day one. I've like only ever played sweets. Love them. And yeah, Maple Ken, Cherry Tama, weight match guaranteed. That's about it. I just wanted it to look cool. I wanted it to be a Dama that like, whether you know who I am or not, you can still like and still play. Like it isn't necessarily, like it's my pro model, but it's not like, hey, here's George and his face is on it and all this stuff. It's just a cool looking Dama. And that's what I wanted. So that's it. I hope you guys like it. I love it. I think it's going to be a great release. Thank you guys so much.
Yo, thanks a lot for that, George. I love the new design, man. All right, so let's look at the box. The box is all new too. So we got Mr. George Marshall, of course, in his awesome epic pose. We got the pink and blue box. A couple words from George if you want to hear a little bit about him. And then, of course, we always got the custom stickers in every single pack. So here we got the George Marshall with the new colorway. I love it. And then we also have here, oh my gosh, do you see the new sticker? There's a spork. If you guys didn't know, fun fact about George Marshall, he collects sporks from around the world, from anywhere that you can snag one. So I think that's pretty cool. George keeping it unique, keeping it fresh as always. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into this unboxing. If you want to go support George, a portion of every sale goes back to him so he can keep on his Dama career and keep killing it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you get a chance to get this Dama. Friday, 4 p.m. is when we always drop our Damas, so make sure you turn notifications on, and we will see you at the next unboxing. Later. What up, everybody? Thanks for checking out that video. If you like what you just watched, make sure you go hit that subscribe button and make sure you go punch that shop button and get yourself a new Dama. We have tons of other videos for you to watch, so make sure you go check them out. See you next time.